This project, Tilt Train project, is a partnership between Arts Queensland and Queensland Rail that's been supported through Queensland Government's Public Art Plus Plays program. Putting the work on these trains, on the tilt trains, is certainly a wonderful way of exhibiting and celebrating Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples of Queensland's contemporary artworks. It also extends that a long association that our Indigenous peoples of this state have had with Queensland Rail. For the first tilt train, the artists were selected from an invited shortlist of established artists by a panel of Indigenous curators. And for this tilt train, they chose Judy Watson of the Wanyi people from northwest Queensland, and also Alec Tapoti from Baru Island, and that's in the Torres Strait Islands.
With the passengers getting into the train, to me, they're going to be a part of it, because it's not just about me having my artwork on the design, it's about the passengers travelling in my artwork, you know, wherever they want to go.
And I think it'll be fabulous to see the images transported to the sides of the train itself over such a large expanse. I
am known to my people as Zugub, which means the ancestral spirit. I am from Badu Island, and my family is from Badu. My bloodline lies back to Mabiag Island, that's in the Western Torres Strait. And I practice traditional designs, carving, especially linos. I'm a spiritual person. I talk to my ancestors, I connect with them, and I channel with them. And I sort of ask for guidance for this thing. I've studied old artifacts from my ancestors that have been collected and taken overseas, in museums and galleries overseas and in Australia, nationally and internationally. Being seafaring people, we've always we cover the three elements, like the earth, the sea, the land, and the sky. But we've always mainly focused on the sea, because that's our main sort of food source. That's how we are. Like, we're seafaring people, Melanesian Australian people. And yeah, that's basically most of my artwork are always about creatures, sea creatures that exist in the Torres Strait.
I'm very excited about having the Heron Island graphs and charts and etching images on the side of the tilt train, because not only is it a visual reference to my work, it also carries the charts of scientists who are talking about global warming and ecological, environmental issues. So it was interesting for me to look at the charts that the scientists were producing, and I was very drawn to them both for what they were talking about, but also for the beauty and mathematical precision of the charts themselves. And so I've chosen to overlay these charts as screen printed graphs over the etchings which I had made for the Heron Island suite.
This is the first time an Indigenous artwork has been created, exhibited on a train of this scale. The tilt train measures 185 metres, and so it is one of the longest moving pieces of Indigenous art in the world. The technology used to transfer the digital photographs of the artwork onto what's called a wrap, and the wrap is like an adhesive skin. It's just an amazing product that we've been able to use to represent our Indigenous culture, creativity, our wonderful works of art.
I'm going to make sure I have that intricacy with the designs that I'm going to, finish off for the tilt train.
Tilt Train 1 was just such a huge success. The community have expressed such pride in having their works on a train, a moving canvas. It's just been wonderful. We decided to take a slightly different approach to Tilt Train 2, where we wanted to celebrate an individual artist as well a collective of artists.
I'm at the Gilligan Aboriginal Corporation, and they're based at Cardwell, in between Cairns and Townsville. And we have a workshop here a couple of days a week, and there are 9 different tribes that comes together to the workshop.
My culture is a big history in the art, in what we do there. Talks about what we do every day. It's about a different area of how we walk through that long journey. And it's a journey that goes on and on.
Art that's going on the tilt train is the wooden fire sticks. Fire sticks is just the imaginary spirit, the mystical spirit that flies through the sky throwing his fire sticks. And along he's got the ashes that's following him, and everywhere he lands he lights the fires.
Josiah Minyo of Lockhart River, his works are quite exciting, and certainly there's an expression and inspiration around the environment within which he lives in Lockhart River through his works. He's also a very accomplished singer and dancer. He's quite incredible.
Artwork from Lockhart River, it's colourful and it's environment where the community is a remote community. We go fishing, hunting, gathering. Every artist in the community where we come from, every art represents their belongings, and everyone has a different kind of gift.
Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples, this is just going to be just such an amazing event to see the artwork, you know, moving by through the towns, celebrating culture, spiritual enrichment and the connection, you know, with our own artworks. It's just an amazing, incredible experience.
You'll see it both in a stationary form and also as it's moving in a visual form, and it'll be almost filmic in the way that you see the images charting across the space while you're standing, you know, or perhaps as we were in Cairns recently, sitting in the driver's seat and looking at the tilt train going past the cane fields.
So I think it's going to, you know, in terms of recognition, recognising Torres Strait work, it's going to, you know, really benefit us.
Just to see their work on the display, and it's really inspired me.
It makes me feel proud, happy, make my heart feel strong. I've got the youth artists too, and this is a step to show them the opportunity that we're on board now will inspire them.
I do feel very lucky to be chosen as one of the artists, to be sort of wrapping the tilt train, and very glad that Alec Tapote is, you know, wrapping the other side of the tilt train with his images. So I'm very proud to have my work flashing past on the train.
It's going to encourage a lot of young Torres Strait Islander artists as well to maybe work towards having their work as public art.